Esteemed audience, a warm welcome to everyone. Our voyage today journeys into the interconnected realms of consciousness, artificial intelligence, and transformation in communication, an experience reminiscent and inspired of the game many of us played as children, Broken Telephone. Just imagine for a moment a conversation starting from one end of the line, each person whispering what they heard to the next, and by the time it reaches the end of the line, it has transformed, sometimes beyond recognition. This metaphor, as we'll see, has interesting parallels in our exploration of AI and sentient expression through art medium inputs relating consciousness. Now, in our version of the Broken Telephone game, we don't have a row of children, but a sequence of artificial intelligence algorithms. The essence of our study hinges upon these digital juveniles, attempting to comprehend the nuances of human consciousness, as expressed through different mediums. We aim to assess the prowess of AI in interpreting, translating, and most importantly, maintaining the integrity of these expressions as they traverse from one AI to the next. In doing so, we question, how well can a machine transfer the underlying context of a sentient conscious expression and capture varying aspects of our very existence?
So, how is this all executed? Our strategy comprises a linear chain of AI platforms. Our journey commences with the original image, the prime artistic anthropocentric piece. It's Midjourney's responsibility to first interpret this image, generating a textual description of it. This narrative text re-enters Midjourney, but with a twist. Now it's utilized to form a corresponding image. This newly born image is then passed to Astica.ai for a description prompt, reverting from visual to textual form once again. And the final act. The concluding text is handed to Caber and Runway, the terminus of our AI sequence. Their role is to transform the final textual prompts into a video. Therefore, from an initial image to a final video output, our message undergoes multiple transformations at the hands of AI. While a loop can be created, form the final frame of the generated media to inform the process again. Before we talk about the evaluation methodology of each step, an explanatory parenthesis on the input context and its filtering criteria. And so, our game begins with first input Antony Gormley's Another Place, a testament to individualism, beautifully captured in 100 cast iron sculptures. We then transition to The Blur Building by Diller Scofidio and Renfro, a magnificent structure that blurs the boundaries between the solid and the ethereal, evoking an exploration of perception. As we progress, we delve into the realm of the subconscious with Tarkovsky's cinematic masterpiece, Stalker. From here, we move to Shirin Neshat's Women of Allah, a photographic series that interrogates the intersections of religion and consciousness. And finally, we immerse ourselves in Hodler's The Night, a powerful painting that unearths the mysteries of dreams. Those complex syntheses embrace concepts of the very nature of human mind and contain embedded information of our self-awareness and thought. At this juncture, let's delve into the heart of our linear yet slightly iterative process. As we navigate through our AI sequence, numerous outputs are generated at each stage. However, not all make the cut. Various iterations are filtered out due to reasons such as insufficient content, lack of clarity, or inadequate elaboration in the intermediate text prompts that will lead again in false imagery.
To measure the extent of the transformation that occurs during the AI's journey from initial artwork to final video, we employ a quantitative measure, pixel loss. The pixel difference between the original artwork and the AI-generated video provides an objective way to gauge the extent of the transformation. This brings a numerical perspective to an otherwise largely qualitative exploration. The main framework, as you can visualize, is two images are set in a cube with their respected RGB colors demonstrated in the three-axis X, Y, and Z. Before the final numerical output, let us visualize the video outputs compared to the initial images.
Let us now embark on a deeper exploration of each specific input. We'll first turn our gaze towards our sculpture and individualism pairing. The array of blue shades, mirroring the marine backdrop of the original sculpture, is remarkably captured, offering a captivating visual continuity. Major elements of the piece, such as the replicated bodies gazing out at sea, are represented, strengthening the theme of individualism inherent in the original work. equally impressive is the successful portrayal of the atmospheric context, suggesting a minor conceptual loss in this transformation. We notice color drifts in the palette gradients, though harmony refers to the pleasing arrangement of colors. Here, despite the diversity across the images, there's a thematic unity. As we transition to our second pairing, perception and architecture, we encounter a more complex scenario. The term building in itself is quite non-deterministic and tends to need a higher degree of specification. This can lead to significant deviations. However, the general ambience of the Blur building, the enigmatic quality of its surrounding fog, does find a place in the AI interpretation, keeping the concept of perception partially intact. Midjourney remains steadfast in preserving color consistency. When compared with other platforms, like Runway and Kyber, interesting disparities emerge. Runway displays superior color harmony, yet falls behind Kyber in contextual relevance. Meanwhile, Kyber innovates with new color elements, delivering a diverse but intriguing palette. Moving on to our third pair, cinematography and subconscious, we encounter Andrei Tarkovsky's Stalker. Across all transformation steps, the individual layout and element arrangement are notably preserved. However, it's Midjourney that successfully manages to transmit the conceptual expressions of the individual and its timeline. This pairing is also a partial instance of the broken telephone effect. The dramatic tones and integral to the original cinematography seem to dissipate entirely. It's as though the intensity of the original film's subconscious exploration has been shifted toward a new contemporary direction. Runway is entirely out of scope. While the color gradients persist across transformations, there's a noticeable deviation from the moody initial tones. As we venture into the pairing of religion and photography with Shirin Neshat's Women of Allah series, we observe some unique attributes. The positioning of the subjects aligns perfectly with the original, despite obscured facial expressions. An impressive focus on details is noted, especially in attire identification. Notably, the intermediate text prompts demonstrate remarkable precision, possibly due to the input's anthropocentric, close-up nature. An intriguing highlight is the near-perfect match of color palettes between the original and the transformed images, reflecting on maintaining the introspective atmosphere of the original work. In our final exploration of dreams and painting, showcased by Hodler's The Night, we observe impressive continuity across iterations. The output faithfully echoes the original's dramatic tones and matches its color scheme, delivering an emotionally charged representation. Notably, even after multiple text-to-image and image-to-text translations, Kyber remarkably encapsulates existentialism, a cornerstone aspect of consciousness. It proposes a fresh color sequence and scenery, yet stays true to the original artwork's spirit. The color palettes maintain their coherence throughout even though the dominance shifts, crafting a consistent visual journey, mirroring the exploration of dreams and the subconscious in the original piece.
Back to mentioned before, pixel-to-pixel evaluation. The loss, by quantifying the variations across each step in each category, will be enumerated. Individualism/sculpting experienced a 41% loss from Midjourney to Kyber, resulting in a total direct loss of 42.78%. A figure that might appear high, given the high level of conceptual information transfer. Perception/architecture witnessed a 35.92% loss in the second transition, with a total direct loss of 27.36%. A modest loss, given the contextual difference in the output. Subconscious/cinematography reported a total direct loss of only 28.88%, with lower losses in both transitions. Astonishing given the loss of human expression we observed. Religion/photography displayed the highest losses, with a total direct loss of 40.64%. Despite its high resemblance in concepts, reported losses are the highest. Finally, dreams/painting demonstrated balanced results, with a low total direct loss of 21.4%. This pair effectively straddled both pragmatic and conceptual world.